Ah, yes, the real grade Wing Gundam, one of the best modern real grade kits. I'm sure a couple years from now it will age pretty well, but I think there is another Gundam Wing kit that deserves a little more love, and that is the high grade Wing Gundam. How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta. Now, if you've seen my RG Wing Gundam review, I didn't go into detail about the Gundam's backstory. And since it's Heroes Month and today's theme is the predecessors, the backstory of the Gundam in the anime, this is the protagonist's first Gundam, the predecessor of the Wing Zero. Some of you might ask, why do I have this kit even though I already have the real grade? Well, I'm going to use this kit as a painting project. So throughout the review, it's going to be an out-of-box presentation. So taking a look at the box art, we see that it's from the anime Gundam Wing, and we see the Wing Gundam flying, and we also see the Neo Bird mode. Taking a look at this side of the box, it shows the Wing Gundam in a flying pose, the weapon layout, and a nice gimmicks. This side of the box shows the front and rear side of the kit, the information, and a nice CG render. Cracking open the box, we are greeted with 3 bags of runners and a manual. Looking at the cover of the manual, here is the kit all painted up. Cracking open the inside the manual, we have more information on the Wing Gundam in Japanese, of course, and we see it in the bird mode in a different angle, and we got 2 new poses. The only leftover part you're gonna get is an extra beam saber effect part. Back of the manual, we got familiar images, a familiar CG render, and a color guide if you're planning on painting it. Runner A1, you got the white parts, while you got Runner A2, which is a copy of this section. Runner B is going to be the dark blue parts. Runner C is going to be the red parts. Runner D1 is going to be the yellow parts, while you have Runner D2, which is going to be the clear piece that goes on the chest. Runner E is going to be the gray parts for the joints, the Buster Rifle, and the hand parts. Small sticker sheet, which is actually pretty impressive for a kit that came out in 2013. Small polycap runner, and beam saber effect parts. That about wraps up the unboxing, and from the looks of it, it's going to be a very quick high grade build. So it will probably take probably an hour 30 or maybe 2 hours. Put this kit together right now and I'll show you the out of box build. I'll see you guys after that. And after one quick build later, here is the Wing Gundam. And as for building experience, I'd say it's actually pretty easy. So I would say, yes, it is beginner friendly. And what's also really impressive is the color separation. So if I pop off like the yellow piece from the torso, actually these molded details. So if you're planning on doing some detail paint, you can put like these gray details in. Same thing goes for the knee as well. In case if you haven't noticed, I didn't put the clear piece on the chest because I am planning on painting this kit. And in case if you are using this sticker, the green circle goes onto that yellow piece right here, and then you use the clear piece to sandwich it. And speaking of stickers, we have one for the eyes, we have one for the forehead right up there. The small black triangle goes onto the elbows, one on each side. The black and gray sticker goes onto this part of the crotch right up there. These black triangle stickers, they go onto the knees, one on each side. Moving onto the shield, this big black triangle sticker goes onto this part of the shield. The number 7 sticker goes onto this part of the shield, while we have this green sticker, it goes onto the tip of the shield, well, close to the tip on this white piece. And finally, we have this tiny sticker that goes onto this part of the Buster Rifle. So is anyone having problems with the V-fin on their copy? Because on mine, it pops off a little too easily. For seam lines, we have one going up and down on the head. Moving on to the shoulders on this white piece, that is a seam line, but it could go as a detail. But you do have this tricky seam line you have to remove right up here. There's another one underneath the forearms, but it could go as a detail. And you do have a seam line going up and down on the leg, but they could go as a detail as well. And if we move on to the backpack, there is one tiny little seam line, again, that could go as a detail. And the last seam line I want to point out is the one that's going across the gun. And speaking of accessories, here is the Wing Gundam's Buster Rifle. And the handle does collapse, but that's part of the transformation. Next up, you have its shield. Now, just a heads up, the shield doesn't connect to the arm, but what's so special about this is this handle. The way how the handle is designed is make it secure on the hand to make it look like it's not going anywhere. And since the hand is on a ball joint, you can decide either have it on the side of the arm or underneath the arm. The handle does collapse, That's for the transformation. Next up, you have 2 beam saber effect parts, but you only need 1. Now some of you might be asking, well, where's the beam saber handle? For you Gundam Wing fans who know and you already seen the anime, let's bring out the shield. Just pop this bad boy open, pull this black piece out, and here's the beam saber handle. Moving on with articulation, the head is on a double ball joint. The arm is on a ball joint. The shoulder pad can move up and move down. That is part of the transformation when you move it down. Bicep swivel. Now, if you move this yellow piece down, you do get a double bend at the elbow, ball joint on the wrist as well. You do get a bit of an ab crunch, and as for backwards movement, once again, just a little bit, and you get a limited waist swivel. Now, notice how I say limited. When I pop this off, notice that there is a little tab right there and a little slot, because on a transformation, you do have to rotate it, and when this little tab goes into the slot, it locks it in place. Front skirt moves out, side skirt moves out that far, and as for the back skirt, it's in a fixed position. Onto the legs, you do get a swinging hip motion. The leg can kick up this far, move back that far until it hits the back skirts. As for a split, it can only go that far until it hits the side skirts. Thigh swivel, double bend at the knee. As for the foot, it can move forward this much, it can move back this far. The ankle armor is on a ball joint. Also get a ball joint on the foot so you can do like crazy rotations. And as for the pivot, it's actually pretty good. And you also get a toe bend. As for the wings, it can swing backwards and forwards, and it can move up this far, and these two can separate. And you get a rotation on the wings. Overall, the articulation on this kit is actually really good. Size comparisons, here is the wing Gundam right next to the standard size RX-72, and of course, the Wing Gundam is slightly shorter than the RX-72. Now, if you really want to be accurate, I think the Wing Gundam should be a bit more shorter. But due to the engineering of this kit, they're going to have to boost up the height just a bit. Next up, here is the Wing Gundam with its successor, the Wing Zero. Can we just point out that the Wing Gundam's Buster Rifle is longer than the Wing Zero's Twin Buster Rifle. Next up, here is the Wing Gundam right next to the Shining Gundam and the Freedom Gundam. Please do not fall. It did. As you can see, the Freedom Gundam is taller than the both of them. In my previous review, I forgot to do the typical compare the Gundam with a Kaiju and a Transformer, so to make up for that, here it is right next to Air Razor and Rodan. I mean, who else do you expect? Okay, now that you've seen the Wing Gundam in the MS mode, now it's time to transform it into the Neo Bird mode. Don't lose these hands. You're going to repeat the other side for the legs, arm, and the wing. And here is the Wing Gundam and the Neo Bird mode. And I have to say, it doesn't really look that convincing. I mean, you're basically turning some stuff around and clearly you can still see the legs. Also, if you really want this thing flying in the air, you might want to grab yourself an action base stand because it doesn't come with it and it's sold separately. Now that the Wing Gundam is on an action base stand, we can have a better look on the underside of the Neo Bird mode, and these yellow claws right here, they don't make really strong landing gear. And as for a wingspan comparison, here is the Wing Gundam with Air Razor and Rodan, and as I move out, we can definitely see who is the clear winner. Even though Rodan might win the wingspan competition, but the Wing Gundam does win the length competition. Let's turn the Wing Gundam back to its MS mode and move on to my final thoughts. Moving on to my final thoughts, overall, it's actually quite an impressive kit for 2013. And what does that mean for 2022 standards? I say it ages pretty well. I mean, you got great color separation, nice engineering, good articulation, a meh transformation, and as a cherry on top, it's a really nice nostalgia factor for the Gundam Wing fans who grew up in Toonami. Other than that, I'd say pick this kit up. Alright, so time to wrap up the review. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Wow, so far I got 3 out of the 5 main mobile suits from Gundam Wing, but I do have another one, which is the Gundam Disasta, but sadly I'm gonna have to review this kit another time.